Bibles for personal study. I'm thankful to Tim for channeling his knowledge and unabashed enthusiasm for Bible translations into this book. His work has not only given me a deeper appreciation for the privilege of having such lavish access to God's Word in my own language, but it has also made me a better reader of the book I love most dearly. I trust it will do the same for you. Read on. Amanda Bible Williams, co-founder of She Reads Truth.
Introduction. I remember the day one of my friends told me about a new translation of the Bible called the English Standard Version. It was the early 2000s, and I was a college student at Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee. This friend made it sound like the ESV was the greatest thing that had ever happened to the Bible. I knew very little about Bible translations, but the name alone, English Standard Version, made me think that a group of authorized people somewhere had determined that this translation would be the new standard for anyone who spoke English. This wasn't true, of course, but you can probably see why I might have thought that given the name of the translation. With a sudden feeling of insecurity, I went back to my apartment and pulled out my Bible, a worn-out copy of the New International Version with a severely cracked and chipped bonded leather cover. It's worth noting that I borrowed this Bible from the Lost and Found at my church when I was a sophomore in high school and had forgotten to bring a Bible to the annual youth group fall retreat. I failed to return this Bible after the retreat and continued to use it regularly in the years that followed. So yes, some of the most formative moments of my faith journey were shaped by a stolen Bible. I grew up with the NIV, and for all I knew, it was the only Bible translation other than the King James Version. More on that later. But driven by the sudden popularity of the ESV and the strong desire not to feel left out, I made the switch. It was only a matter of time before almost everyone I knew was reading the English Standard Version. My copy was a thin line edition, which is a type of Bible that is designed to be thin and portable. It was easy to carry with me on the go or toss in my backpack. Other people I knew had ESV journaling Bibles and ESV reference Bibles. Some even had nice leather covers. For a while, I still turned to my trusty NIV study Bible when I needed help understanding something that did not quite make sense. But then the ESV study Bible arrived a few years later, and after seeing more and more of those massive things at church every week, I just had to get one. What am I getting at here? Why am I telling you this story? Well, because there is a whole lot more to Bible translations than you might think. Those authorized people I mentioned previously, the ones I assumed were calling the shots and telling everyone what Bible translations to read, don't exist. At least not in the tradition I come from. And the English Standard Version and the highly lauded ESV Study Bible were not created by a nameless entity but a not-for-profit company called Crossway, which has a translation team and a publishing team and a marketing team and, well, you get the idea. The same can be said about a handful of companies that produce other English translations of the Bible like the NASB, NKJV, NRSV, CSB, NIV, NLT, and more. Most people have little to no knowledge of this vast and interconnected world of Bible translations, and this fascinates me. Tens of millions of copies of the Bible are sold every year, and over 5 billion Bibles have been printed and sold since the Gutenberg Bible first rolled off the printing press in the mid-15th century. The Bible is the best-selling book of all time, and it is widely considered by Christians and non-Christians alike the most influential as well. In today's world, the Bible is printed in a wide variety of formats and translations from a diverse group of publishers. Look around the next time you go to church. I can almost guarantee that you will see the people around you holding Bibles in all sorts of shapes, colors, styles, and yes, translations. A few years ago, I started reviewing Bibles online to help people find a Bible that's right for them. One of the questions I get asked most often is about which translation to choose, and that is a great place to start when you're looking for a Bible. In English alone, well over 400 translations of the Bible have been produced. These days, a handful of translations have risen to the top as time-tested and trustworthy options read by people around the globe. Many of them have similarities, but there are significant differences in these translations worth knowing about, and that is what we are going to explore in this book. This is